How you guys doing? This is Johnny back here at MyMixEngineer.com, and I would like to say happy holidays and happy New Year's to you guys. And this right here is not really a tutorial. It's basically me just giving you some information, And I'm just going to show you a couple websites that I like to do some research on. I actually go out and I look and read my fellow engineers' websites. There's tons and tons of great information out there, but you have to read. A lot of these techniques that I show, I read, and a lot of the techniques, or everybody's not able to, have a mentor or be a fly on the wall in the studio, or able to go to a fancy school, which you don't have to be a successful engineer, because mixing is an art. Understand that, you guys. Mixing is an art. If Picasso come back some kind of way, resurrect himself and come back and show me how to paint, doesn't mean that my painting will be worth $500,000 or $2 million or whatever. My painting might not even look nowhere near his. It might look like something the kindergarten done after he showed me how to paint. Because mixing is an art, and it's basically something you feel, hear, and it got to do with a lot of emotions, So with that being said, let's go on with what I really want to talk about is doing research. It's good to access engineers who's on here on YouTube, or you might have some engineers that you follow on Facebook as well. But like us on YouTube, I know we get like tons and tons. I hear them talk about, I got tons and tons of emails, different questions. Don't think I don't pay attention to them. But I'm just going to tell you what some of them might not say if they don't answer. Some of it is just like, oh, really? You asked me what's the best bit rate? I can tell you what works for me, but it might not work for you. So you have to do research. School gives you a guideline, give you a foundation. When you was in high school, everything you did in high school, everything they taught you in high school was just a foundation. It was, life taught you things. Or you going out reading, doing your own research, taught you. People who, like me, I can say, I graduated from the school of the streets. I learned from life and being in the streets. Or I went to Full Sail University. That was a foundation. That was not, my core success. My core success was me applying myself, going out, trying to find information on my own. So I'm gonna give you a couple websites that give great information. You just have to read, you guys. Some of these places you don't have to read. They have tutorials, but I'm telling you, tons of information when you read. You can pick up a book called Zen, the Art of Mixing. Great book. It took me probably like a good month to read it. It took me about a good month to read it. It's a fairly thick book, if you can say. Some people might say it's not that thick. People who like to read a lot, but I'm not big on like reading not novels, but reading books. But I do read. I know that I have to read. It's a lot of information that you have to read. People just not going to show you everything. So let's start off. Well, my website, I also have blogs, but I don't blog that often. But I have information out there. Not nowhere near like, let's say, Dave Pensado. He has great tutorials. Everybody know Dave Pensado, great engineer. He do basically these interviews of famous producers, mixing engineers. What else? He Yeah, producers, mixing engineers. What else? I know it was composers, vocal coaches, you name it, dealing with the music industry or dealing with music or sound engineering. Period. He he's the guy to go to for a tutorial so that you can like visually see. If you're a visual person, this is the place to go to. He has tons of it. All right, and his website is pensadosplace.tv. All right, Sound on Sound has tons. I mean, tons. It'll blow your mind if you go here of reviews and engineers talking about their techniques and what they did to your favorite records and what their mind state were when they was mixing your favorite records that are out right now. You can go here is soundonsound.com. You click on articles and go to techniques and secret of the mixing engineer. You go here and it's like tons. You can click on any one of these and it's talking about one of your favorite records, all genres, and they talking about how they mixed it. You know, you have to read it. I know they have like some of them have fancy pictures of plugins that they use. This was actually showing his where he recorded, got his Pro Tools session up right here. But the meat of this is in the article. You have to read it. You have to read it. And I'm going to tell you something that I learned over the time of reading. The good stuff is usually in the middle and at the end. You have to read it, you guys. You can't skim through it. Because if you skim, you're going to miss it. The very important things. So also I like to go to puremix.net. Fab, great engineer. And his tutorials are like super funny. He's a funny guy and is innovating the way that he teach. And it's like saying that you have a great biology teacher. I don't know who. I'm not too good in science. Well, I wasn't a great science student, but the teacher made science fun. Just like Fab, and he has like tons of different engineers on here as well. But him personally, I can say, is very innovating. When you purchase one of his tutorials, he also have free ones, but yeah, you have to spend a little money. You subscribe to his site, his website, and you get tons. He, as you can see, he got a deal going on right now. At the time that I'm recording this, he has a deal going on. So here he has tons of information here, and it's fun. His tutorials are fun, funny. Who else I like to watch? Audioschool.com. I mean, Audio School Online. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. He has tons of information on here, especially from like the ground up, like how to get the bleed out of your snares and fixing hi-hats and kicks, mixing hip-hop records from straight up the stems. Everything, pop vocals, indie music, anything you could think of, he has it. Great tutorials. Yeah, they cost. Again, you know, you have to pay to play. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, you guys? You got to pay to play. So, not always money. Sometimes you got to pay in your time and your effort. But in this case, you got to pay with some money. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. You go here. He has lessons, sessions that you can download, and he has the stems with them that you can actually mix along with him. Also, I like to go to mixcoach.com. Tons of information. He also have like not contests, but they give you stems that you can mix, and they will actually tell you what you did wrong, well, not wrong, or what would make it better. And they'll actually give you like a video response back, which is great. You know, that's kind of like a face-to-face interaction with someone personally. Great place. Mixcoach.com. And Joe back here at Mix Notes. is mixnotesblog.com. Joe actually is another YouTuber. He has his own channel here on YouTube as well. It's called Mix Notes. He gives great information. Great. And you can go check him out. Take the time out and go check them out. Do a little more research. I'm quite sure there's going to be some other people that you might find besides these, but the ones that I'm naming are the people that I like kind of go to and I actually enjoy their tutorials, or they have great reads. Recording Revolution, great information. Joe, no, Graham. His name is Graham. I'm sorry about that, Graham. Graham at Recording Revolution, therecordingrevolution.com, as you can see up top, has tons of information, tons of articles. He is on it. When I'm talking about tutorials and blogs, he is on it. I love his tutorials. I love his articles. I read them anytime I get a chance. It's almost like a daily basis. Let me see what Graham talking about. I'm here. Also, MyMixEngineer.com, great information here. He has tutorials, also articles that you can read, and tutorials. He has some great tutorials as well. Great information. Come check it out. It was one more. The last one I would like to talk about. They'd like to come here. This is IndabaMusic.com. Sign up, make your account. They have like tons of I'm not gonna say tons, but they have a lot of opportunities to either for you producers to make a remix, and they give you the stems, or they give you stems, or I call it the DJ package, so that you can remix these songs. These opportunities right here that you can submit your remix to. And what I like about it is that, like, say for instance, I go to this here, listen, pick somebody random. You can see that people actually leave responses. Some stuff may be hurtful to some people, but I like criticism because we're trying to get better, So you would like to know what people think about your mix besides your friends, because sometimes your friends will lie, your parents will lie to you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. And, oh yeah, your mix sounds great, but in all actuality, your mix is muddy and sound a little cluttered. We need people to tell us that. I mean, that's what's great about this community on Indaba. And they also have mixing contests. You have to find them from time to time. Like, Telefunken has a mixing contest going on as well, on a live mix, and you can see it right here. This is my live mix that I've done, and I've gotten some comments on it saying that, like, my low end is actually like on a funk rock performance, and a lot of people, I have the comments saying that my low end was lacking. I needed to hear that because this is not my genre of music, and I want to step into it. So I need to learn what I'm doing wrong. And I mean, other people's opinion is priceless. You learn from it. You learn from your mistakes, and the more you mix, the better you get, you guys. And that's basically all I want to talk about, is doing research. I forgot about the main one. The main spot that you can find any information that you want. Google. I actually, when I first started, I had a guy I asked him a question, and he was so unprofessional. He told me to Google it. I felt like he was unprofessional, but he told me like some great information. Google it. You can basically write exactly what you're want to ask, and it's going to show up. What's the best? What's the best bit rate for recording. Hey, Gear Sluts pops right up. Is a community of other engineers, producers who give out information, their opinion, and that's all it is. You take their opinion, you try it. If it works for you, it works. Voila, Google it. So there's nothing wrong with asking us, you guys. Ask away. If I know off the top of my head, I'll be glad to answer you. Sometimes I would end up sending you to another site, sending you a link to, like, hey, read this. It answers everything. That's because you asked me a question, I do some research, and bam, I did what you could have done already, which I don't have no problem doing, but sometimes I won't get back to you in your timely fashion. You know what I mean? So again, let's start the new year off right. Let this be a part of your New Year's resolution. Let's start doing some of our own research. Also, keep looking at Joe and Mix Notes tutorials, Dave Pensato's tutorials, Graham at Recording Revolution tutorials. Have great information. They have great tutorials. They have great information on their website. So you guys check it out, and let 2014 be a great year for all of us. We all great engineers, All right. I guess you can say I'm out of here. Well, I'm not out. I'm still here, but